and welcome to Indie Encounter. My name is Sandra Lorraine Coleman. The mission of our show is to give independent performers and artists access to as wide an audience as possible, and to give you, our viewers, a window into their artistic process and what makes them tick, and why they have chosen their particular avenue to connect with the world. All art is about communication and connection, speaking supreme sensuality from his soul, shining that intimate intellectual light in a language birthed from just being. Conney. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I don't know how to take that introduction.
Receive it.
I receive it.
Receive it.
Thank you.
It's all you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Now that we have you here finally, it's been, like we've been trying to get you here. I've been trying to get you here, and you're finally here, and I'm so thankful that you are here. Tell us about what you've been doing, what's going on with the poetry community, with your family, everything. Just
everything?
Well, not everything. But tell us about, like how you feel about being a poet, a father, working in corporate America, just how do you balance?
How do you balance that?
Yeah.
Well, I think my poetry is my balance.
Right.
My poetry is my balance. If I didn't have my poetry, it's kind of hard to function with all the things that you see happening, not just in corporate America in your own life, but the things that go on in this world. And that's what poets are supposed to do, talk about those things that are happening in life and in this world. And we're the people that document that and talk about it. So I'm still at the World Stage, the World Stage in Leimert Park, the venerable performance gallery that's been there for the past 20 plus years in Leimert Park. I'm the artistic director at the World Stage, help to run a writing workshop every Wednesday night for those that want to improve their writing skills. Every Wednesday night at 7:30 at Leimert Park at the World Stage, 4344 Degnan Boulevard.
And congratulations, by the way, on
Thank you.
being named the art director. Yes.
It's a lot of responsibility, but a labor of love, certainly, because I have so much love for the World Stage. That was started by Billy Higgins and Kamal Daoud back in 1989. And it's a beautiful, beautiful space, a lot of beautiful people that come out and support what we do there, and we're very grateful. I'm very grateful to be a part of that, part of that process.
Absolutely.
And I have a book.
Yes, yes. Tell us about your book.
Leaves of Spilled Spirit from an Untamed Poet. That's a mouthful there.
Yeah.
But it sort of sums up how I feel, that it's, when I write, it's me pouring my spirit out upon these pages. And as D. Black, my friend, the poet, says, we bleed on the page. So I'm very excited about that. But I'm currently working on a second book, which is hopefully will be out maybe sometime this year or maybe early next year. So
right now, if anybody wants to get your book, what is your contact? How can they purchase? What's your contact information?
Well, they can reach me at the World Stage. They can contact me through theworldstage.org. theworldstage.org, which is our website, and we also have a Facebook page. So go to Facebook and contact, like us on our Facebook page, the World Stage, Performance Gallery there. So we'd love for you to contact us via the Facebook page or via our website. It's a very beautiful website. Check it out.
Okay, most definitely. and what if someone wants to book you, say, like for an event? Like if they want you to come to their event and speak, or like say at a school or church or any kind of function, they can reach you on there as well? They
can reach me there. They can also reach me at my email address, which is dreadcon, but Connie doesn't have dreads anymore. I recently cut my dreads off.
They're spiritual.
But that's my website. My email address is dredcon@gmail.com. Dreadcon@gmail.com.
Excellent. Right. Excellent. So now one of the things that I wanted to ask you, since I have you here, there's this big, well, I don't know if you could really call it a debate, but I've heard that there's a difference between spoken word and poetry. And so I would like to hear what your opinion is on the difference between spoken word versus poetry.
I don't think there is a difference,
Okay.
honestly.
Right.
I think sometimes people come up with their own biases and their own feelings and stuff like that and try to make a difference. But to me, it's all the same. I mean, in early African tradition, poetry was what was spoken. I mean, it was the griots in the villages
Right.
were the gatekeepers. They were the people who kept maintained the oral history, and
right.
it was nothing written down. So to me, spoken word and poetry, they're one and the same. Whether you're performing it or whether you're just writing for the page, it's all the same.
Right.
Now you got bad spoken word and you got bad poetry. So to me, there really isn't a difference. So I know some people that may be a little elitist.
Right.
In either way can try to make that distinction, but to me,
right.
there is no distinction. It's whether you're using the same elements in both, or as far as the titles are concerned, which is why I hate titles. I hate titles because people always try to label you.
Right.
And I hate being labeled. And I'm just doing what I do. I do what I like. So, in either one, whether you want to accept the titles or not, it still requires that you use metaphors and similes and descriptive language, and that you be specific, and that you incorporate the senses, the seeing, the touch, the hearing, the taste,
right.
All of those different elements in order for it to be effective.
Right.
So if you're incorporating those things in what you do, I don't care about the labels. So
yeah, it's poetry, and if you recite it, it's spoken word.
Do what you do.
That's it, exactly. I want to talk about, you have children.
Oh man,
you're a father.
Yes, I am.
And so, do you think being a poet has helped you a little bit with your parenting, like understanding yourself to be able to help them become who they need to be?
I don't know.
You don't know yet.
I think that in being a father, my children have helped me to be a better father, and they've helped me to be a better poet, because they've forced me to write stuff that I probably wouldn't have written if I hadn't have been a father, and they've brought out of me elements that I probably never would have thought of if I didn't have that experience. So I'm grateful to my children for what they mean in my life, who they are in my life, and the joy and the love that they bring me, and even the difficulties, because it makes you appreciate the other aspects that much more. So I'm grateful to them for what they do for me, and helping me to be a better father and a better poet and a better human being at the same time.
That's beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, you're going to do my piece, because it's about your daughter, and I can so relate. And please bless us with it right now. Okay.
Well, the name of this poem is called Empty Knee. It's as I told you a little bit earlier off camera. It's a poem I wrote for my daughter one night when I wanted to kill her. But in the process of wanting to kill her, it reminded me of how much I loved her, and it's called Empty Knee. So I'll read it for you right now.
Okay.
It says, Oreos pacify my nights as I ponder raising my daughter. House is dark, she's asleep, homework complete, but I got her secret boyfriend on my mind. This my baby, y'all, former sidekick to my knee. Used to play all them rodeo games. Now she's at ovulation age. Curvaceous as PCH along the California coast, halter top no longer empty, and when she walks, teenage lions in designer jeans stalk her as prey on Serengeti sidewalks, as though she was an after-school snack. But if they looked at her ponytail, they would know she a baby, my baby, only she don't think so. She think it's time to spread her wings. I say, just 'cause you got feathers don't mean you ready to fly. And I'm scared. There's no more knee rides, only parental pride trying to recollect how my child passed me by. Don't want my baby nursing no baby, burping no baby. So I got to interrogate and intimidate and then regulate hormones. Come home, come straight home after school. Teenage dreams and puberty paranoia. I'm not a baby, but you my baby. Ain't you still daddy's little girl? And I try, but you defy valiant attempts at paternal discipline. You ache for legitimacy, sophisticated freedom from adolescent chains holding you hostage. But I don't think it's time to free you because my demands haven't been met yet. Too hard watching you change from sitting on my knee and letting women know that you was my girl to I know you ain't wearing that to school, and the realization that I'm only supposed to pay for the telephone, and the eventual realization that I'm no longer your man. And it's 2 a.m. and I'm still waiting for these Oreos to kick in, and I walk to the door of your moon darkened room and trying to remember that I forget to say that I love you. And now I'm looking at you like you used to look at me, amazed at who you are. I prayed for a son, feminine arrival. Agreement was that you were supposed to stay my baby. You were not allowed to grow up because I didn't want to know nights like this. Are you listening to me? Are you listening? Are you listening to me? I forbid you for growing up. I forbid you. You are grounded until you stop. Until you stop and you start being my baby again. Oreos pacify my nights as I ponder raising my little girl, my young lady, and my knee is empty, and I want my baby back. Thank you.
That is the most beautiful poem a father could write to a daughter, because I don't think, like, if young girls could see what daddy sees and why he is the way he is, I understand my dad so much more, because he was like, no, you can't wear that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't go here. You can't go there. And then I had a child. No, you can't wear that. No, you can't go here. No, and see, they don't understand. But
children don't realize that the parents have already been around that corner.
Exactly. And you expressed it so beautifully.
Thank you.
You really, really did. Piece is just like, I mean, it's monumental to parenthood.
Thank you.
You know, yeah, that was actually the first piece I read in the book, because I was kind of flipping. And I was like, empty knee. And that was the first piece I read, and I was like,
I get a lot of requests for that poem. Thank you.
I understand why. I understand why. So now she's in college, right?
Right.
Yeah, and how's she doing?
She's doing good.
She didn't stop growing up to be a baby.
She didn't stop.
But she's obviously well adjusted.
Yeah, she's still pulling it out of me though.
Yeah.
The poetry, that is.
That's right. They will. They will. And you have a son as well.
Well, I have a few sons, but
okay.
But I have a young son, Noah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And he looks just like you.
Well, that's the rumor.
Yeah. He's beautiful. You guys got to go to the Facebook page and see Noah and his daddy.
I thought he looked a lot like his mother. I thought I was going to have to take him to Macy's and get him a makeover, but
no,
but everybody keeps saying he looks like me.
He does. So. He's beautiful. He's beautiful, and he's growing up fast too.
He is.
How old is he now?
He'll be. He's 6, and he'll be 7 this year.
My goodness, he's going to be tall too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So now now you have a little one, and you have a 6-year-old, and you have one in college, and in between. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So how do you
enjoy the ride.
Okay.
Enjoy the ride.
It's good advice.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I only have one, but I feel like
nothing.
Ain't stopping nothing. I know. I was gonna say I have one, but I feel like I have 10. I'm basketball and school and this and dance and prom and oh my gosh, she's a senior this year, so I'm about to go where you going though with the college though. I'm like, yeah, hurry up, get out.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So you got some things coming up besides your second book. You thinking about retiring?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and doing this. Full time, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how's that? What's that like? Is it like
a little scary? It's a little scary, but life is scary.
Right.
Life is scary, and facing the different things that you have to go through in life is scary. But we have to embrace it. I mean,
right.
And that's it's those times when we are afraid, and we realize that there are things to be afraid about. Mm-hmm. But those are the times when we see that growth in our lives, where we become the human beings that we need to be. So I'm looking forward to another challenge, another opportunity.
Yeah, another chapter, more books.
More books, more performing, and being able to do what you love is very, very important in his life. If you don't have that opportunity, you
Right.
need to seek it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of seeking it out, I know you have more poetry.
I have one here about Noah
Okay.
that I'd like to read.
Of course. Of course.
Well, I mean, since there's such a gap between Noah's age and my youngest daughter's, Ebony's age,
Okay.
there's a 20-year difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this poem is called Noah Unexpected.
No comment.
So here we go. Noah Unexpected. You, my fifth gospel, writing yourself into my life when I thought books in my canon were complete. Your prophetic gibberish is vocabulary of kinship. You dispense redemption in saliva-stained kisses. Place my palm and fingers underneath your splinterless torso. Hold you Calvary close. You wear olive-tinted skin, smoother than chasm that exists between heaven and prayer. At dawn, I wake myself to smell holiness on your breath. Stare me down with eyes void of sin as though I were last apostle. They seal my heart from corruption. Then resurrect parent in me thought deceased. Your birth is my atonement, and I love you as though I were virgin.
Wow. That was beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my goodness. The part that struck me was when you said you wake yourself to smell holiness on his breath.
It lives there.
Oh my gosh. And just a baby, yeah.
When he was a baby.
Right. But
He'll tell you he's not a baby now, so.
exactly. Well, yeah, after when they could talk, I know that's all my daughter says, I'm not a baby. Well, you're mine.
Exactly.
Let me have that, please, but yeah, what a beautiful way to convey that, though.
Yeah. Well, I've been writing about all my kids. I have 3 boys, 2 girls.
Wow.
And so I've been writing about all of them, so getting out there so they know I hadn't forgot
exactly
one of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. And that's very important because they need to feel like they're just as important.
Exactly.
I mean, I only have one, but my parents had 3. And so even though we were all different personalities, different people, they still made us feel just as important.
And that's the thing about my kids. My children, they all evoke something different from me. So
right.
And that's beautiful. So it's always fodder for writing. So
exactly, and that means you're good at multitasking because you can be all those things at once for each child. That's beautiful. Exactly. I thought only women could do that.
Don't get it twisted.
I know that's. Well, that was beautiful. You have more, right?
Exactly. This is a poem that I wrote for my oldest daughter. I'm sharing a story with you. I wrote this poem for her when her boyfriend called me to ask me, could he marry her? So this is a poem that I wrote for my daughter, and it's called Reasonable Expectations.
Okay.
All right. It says, my daughter getting married. Her boyfriend told me so. Left me a telephone message about birthdays and marriage proposals. Never doubted it was going to happen. Just worried a bit. See, broom jumping good for this girl. She done learned how to sweep her own dust. That's why I'm praying she better at married than I was. Didn't fit me worth a damn, like them dungarees mama bought in the 4th grade with the plaid underlining. Every time I wore them things, always got an itch to wear something else. But I haven't lost my appetite for married, though fingers almost out of stock. He gonna buy her a ring with money they ain't even got because he loves her. He's a good boy and I kinda like him too. Although if I was picking her a husband, he be looking more like her daddy. But this him and her time to choose. Boy don't know he make me cry last night with his respect for me and desire for my daughter. Yeah, I kind of like that boy. Hope he welcomes me into the family. Allow me to continue to visit my grandsons. My firstborn getting married, bringing my life another type of son. Now, ain't that something? I never was doubting her none, just worried a little bit. Because that girl just like me, stubborn and full of drama in every movement. But I prayed yesterday, asked God, give that girl her happiness before he give me mine. She scared me at first, bump her head so hard, start looking more like me than I wanted. Thank goodness her mama have something to do with her. Else that girl might never see the heaven asking her to be his wife. Now, just maybe my happy can come. Same happy fathers dream for their daughters. Been a long time since somebody dreamed that for me. And just when I hear my daughter say, he asked me to, I starts to thinking. Maybe this here possible for faithful fathers holding out to be pregnant with rapture, just to labor in covenant. I ain't doubting it can happen, but I am worried just a little bit. Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's the way you explained how if you were choosing for her, but you're not choosing for her, she's choosing for herself. And she obviously did a good job, even though the ring they maybe couldn't afford, but
they happy. They're happy.
But he called you to ask you.
That was beautiful. I started crying.
Man, how often do you even hear of anybody doing that?
Not anymore.
You know, they just come home. We's mad now, you know. Wow, exactly. I thought that when you told me that was beautiful. Yeah, was beautiful. And
very
just for that alone, for him to come to you as a man, even though, you know, he did it on the phone, if you had answered the phone, he could have asked, you know. But
he could ask me.
But he asked for your daughter's hand.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing. And how did that make you feel as a father?
I was crying.
Yeah.
I was very happy. And I'm happy for her. So.
And they're still together.
They're still together. Yeah.
Wow. Grandkids?
She has 2 sons. I have 6 grandkids.
What? Shut up. Granddads look like this. That's beautiful.
It is. It is a beautiful thing.
It is. Yeah. You got a 6-year-old.
I get the drum. I got a little engine. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and then you got grandkids, and you get to go through the whole process all over. But you get to send them home when you get tired of them. Yeah. So that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now what do you do to stay in shape and, you know?
I work out, eat good.
Are you vegetarian?
No, I'm not a vegetarian. No. Everything in moderation. That's my motto.
I know that's
everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Okay.
Yeah, just take care of myself, eat, work out. Yeah.
So you got the
you only get one.
Right.
Ain't no do-overs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is all you get.
That's it.
So
I take care of this.
Spiritually fit.
Yes.
Mentally fit.
Exactly.
Emotionally fit. Poetically fit.
Exactly.
Wow. You got it all.
Well, I ain't going that far. But
well, I mean.
But I'll take it though.
Okay, yeah. Because you doing a fantastic job raising kids and doing poetry and
working in the community.
Working in the community. You got product. Yeah. You know, and give us your website one more time.
Well, the World Stage.
The World Stage.
The worldstage.org. You can reach me there.
Okay, and your email.
dreadcon.com. dreadcon@gmail.
At gmail.com. Yeah. Now, one more thing I want to ask you before we get out of here. Your any advice for young people, young poets coming up?
Read other poets.
Okay.
Read other poets. Read other poets.
Read other poets.
Read other poets.
Okay.
And get involved in a workshop.
Exactly.
You know, but definitely read other poets. See what other poets are writing about and stuff like that.
Okay.
And be true to yourself. Find your own voice.
Right.
But read other poets.
Right.
Definitely read other poets.
Okay. And we thank you for that. And we want to thank Conney so much for coming and blessing us. It's been a treat.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. And we have to have you back.
I'll be happy to come back. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. This has been Indie Encounter. We would like to thank today's guest, Conney Williams, for blessing us with his beautiful words, his insight, his intellectualness, his sensuality. Check out Conney Williams on the web by typing Conney Williams into your internet browser. Check out our website here at PasadenaCommunityNetwork.com and select the Arroyo channel. You may also check out the website oneformark.com for additional show and contact information. Thanks to our director, Lilia Fernandez Gaspar, and crew for making this show possible. Thanks to all of you. We hope to see you here again when we embark on another indie encounter.
Big ups to the beautiful Sandra Lorraine Coleman.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was so wonderful. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we were finally able
Oh, I'm happy too.
to get you.